Hey everyone, today we're making Spudnuts on the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. What's a Spudnut? Gonna have to stick around to find out. The Cooking Everything Outdoors show is sponsored by Camp Chef at OutdoorCooking.com and IslandGrillstone.com. Spudnut? Well, that's actually a donut with potatoes in it. Kid you not. My friends at Klondike Brands sent me their Spudnut recipe to try out on the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. And you know what? It's right up my alley. It's really different. It's something that I am absolutely positive that you can do in your backyard, as I'm going to show you right now, or you can do it out camping, and heck, you might even want to do it tailgating. Let's start doing this. There are a few ingredients you'll need to prepare ahead of time, and one of them that you will need are Klondike Goldust Potatoes. These need to be mashed. You're going to need about a cup of that. You're going to need some flour, some egg, some sugar, milk, melted shortening, some salt, vanilla, and baking powder. And that's really about it. The ingredients are going to be on my website at cookingoutdoors.com and also on Klondike Brands website. First thing we need to do is take our mashed potatoes and make sure there's no lumps in this. Skin on is perfectly okay. Our eggs. And our milk. And we're just going to blend the mashed potatoes, the milk, and egg together. Once you have that blended, we're going to add our sugar and our baking powder. Get in there and mix them up. Now we want to add our salt, our melted shortening, and our vanilla. Use the good stuff. Mix it up. Now all we have to do is add our flour to make a nice soft dough. And start with about a cup. Add a little bit more. And keep adding till you get it just about right. So we have our soft dough. It's pretty tacky still, but it's workable. And you want to take some flour and put it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to work this into a flat sheet, if you will. Not too thin, so that we can cut our donuts out of it. Now, my advice at this point is to make sure everything is floured then when you're working with this. So, including your hands, because they're going to get just coated with this, because it is really sticky. And you have to think about the fact that your donuts are going to, expand, because we have a chemical leavener in there that's going to make that happen. I'm also using a donut cutter, which I want to flour generously, and this is sharp too. And we're going to go and get some donuts cut out of that. We're going to have some donut holes. We're going to have some donuts. Another tip that you can use, or technique, would be to have some warm water that you can dip this in. I'm going to be using flour, and we're going to make it work. So to fry our Spudnuts, what I have is a Camp Chef Dutch oven on the Camp Chef Somerset gas stove. I have canola oil in there. Now you can use vegetable oil or peanut oil, I'm told both work really good, but you don't want something that's got a lot of flavor to it. But it has to have a high flash point. That's really critical. And we're going to get this heated up to 375, and I recommend testing your donut holes first. That's really hot stuff, so be careful. I'm also using a pair of chopsticks to turn and flip these. As this cooks, it's going to rise to the top, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. Browning and cooking, it's expanding a little bit. And this doesn't take that long, a couple minutes per donut. But you just want to make sure it's cooked until it's nice and brown, like that. Okay, so once that's ready to go, you can take it out take a look at it, make sure it's beautifully browned on all sides. So let's try a real spud nut now. Now be very careful when you put this in because it will splatter and it's hot. It may distort its shape. Don't worry about that. It's going to be a cake-like consistency of a donut. Give it a flip when it turns golden brown. And when your donut's done, take it out. We're ready to eat. So after experimenting with the first few donuts that I did, I realized that I didn't have enough flour in my dough. It was too wet still. So what I got were just these incredible, beautifully misshapen artisan donuts. And then after adding a little bit more flour, I was able to get the form and shape that I was looking for. And then what I was doing is I was just putting them on my chopsticks and sliding them in. Now they're forming these beautiful donuts. And when they're the right size, you can typically get a couple in there. It'll rise automatically. These are turning out beautiful. Well, we did it. Got my donuts fried up. They're pretty cool. I've already sampled some of the donut holes. You know, you got to take a little bite. And some of the strange formed ones, I put a little powdered sugar on them. But on the really pretty ones, I'm going to dip in some chocolate. And this is just some milk and some semi-sweet chocolate. And those just look fantastic. I think I'm going to take one, sprinkle some pecan over it, like so. Well, there we are. Spudnuts, cooked outdoors. Anybody can do this. I made it through these. They turned out really, really nice. Absolutely perfect for anybody that wants to have a little bit of fun in their backyard. Give this a try. You just need a few ingredients, a little bit of patience, some practice, and you can be making your own donuts in your backyard. That's it for now. I'll see you when I see you.